Hey y'all, welcome back to another live. Okay, y'all, I promised y'all. Now I feel like I want to do like a what is it called? Like a 7 day. Of course, I'm not gonna remember it now. Um, but it's like when you go live so many days. Shoot, what is it called? When you go live so many days, I feel like I want to do like a challenge or like like a 7 day challenge. Like, can I go live 7 days in a row? Because I've been live since Saturday, and this was not on purpose. But I feel like I'm like, can I go live? You know, kind of like a revival, but not really a revival. But it's like, can I go a streak, like a 7 day live streak? That is the word. Like, can I go live 7 days a week, like a marathon or something like that? Is what I'm thinking of. I'm like, since I've been going live, like, should I just keep going live for like 2, 3 more days so I could have like a live-a-thon? That is the word, like a live-a-thon, basically. But hey, if you click on this, my name is Alicia. I'm the podcast host of Black Girls Den Podcast, a podcast that we talk about media and womanhood. It comes out every Wednesday on this channel and on audio. Today, or tonight, I should say, I decided to go live because if you watched my Black Girls Den Salon, my new series, we talked a lot about like motherhood and like children, and my real topic was about like motherhood and people having kids and different things like that, and if certain people should have kids, different people should have kids or not. But as I was scrolling through TikTok doing my research, I came upon Drop the Low, okay, which is a podcast between Evelyn and her daughter Shaniece. So there was all these clips and stuff about the podcast that was dropped. Jason, who is Shanice's baby father, was on the show, and there was all these clips about it. So of course I looked at the clips. I was like, oh, I want to do an episode about this. So I looked at all the clips, and then I also watched the whole episode. And I have a question. That's what the title of this episode is about. I did not say it, okay? This is what Shanice said, not me, okay? So all alleged on that part, but did the game trap Evelyn's daughter Shanice? She said that he did. And we are going to talk about it a couple of different lanes. This episode is not about specifically her, but we're using her because that's what the podcast was on. But I want to talk about women protecting their wombs and just looking at the different family dynamics. I also want to talk about women and accountability. I feel like a lot of women lack accountability for who they choose to have kids with. They be so delusional and they be want to have the wedding and the marriage and stuff, but then the men don't be wanting to have the same things. So I be just so confused when this happens. So we're going to use this as a case study. And if you remember me, if you are subscribed to my channel, I talked about this when it was about Deandra Sanders and her baby daddy Jacquees. Like at one point, women need to be held accountable, and I feel like they just be out here just woo 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 woo. So we are going to show some clips from the podcast episode, and we're going to talk about it, okay? So if you are in here, make sure you like this live. Let me know if you watched the podcast episode, if you even know what we are talking about, okay? So we're going to get right into it, and I'm excited to chat about this. But first, we are going to show the clip of what Shanice said so we can talk about it. So let's me pull that up right here.
Next one. Am I a gold digger? She's no, I can't say that about you. Number one, you know what I get a lot? I get like, she tried to trap you. And I'd be like,
It was
hey
the
man,
other way
and you know what
around.
I'd be like, yo, I ain't.
Did y'all hear that? She said it was the other way around. So she claims that Jason, the game, trapped her. Okay? And just thinking about it, Jason, the game, has three baby mothers. Harlem, Justice, and Callie have the mother, and now Blaze. So he has three baby mothers. My whole thing is throughout this whole interview, she's just like Blaze, 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 which I get it as you're a child, but I'm like, did you not know he had other children? Like, did you not know he had two other baby mamas? Like, she says he trapped her, and we don't know all the details. I don't know any details because the Blaze is just an it's just like 15 months as what the game said. He don't even really know how old the baby is. He said a year and a couple months. I think the baby's 15 months. So we seen the baby shower, but we don't really know before she got pregnant. We don't know how long they were dating, if they were dating or not. Um so we don't know any of those details. So I'm not even here to talk about those details, but I kind of find it interesting that she's like, "Oh, he trapped me," but she doesn't understand that he already had other kids. And he's over 40 having these kids. Like you had a kid with a guy that's literally over 40. So I'm like, did he trap you? Or were you just delusional thinking that you were going to be the wife and that you were going to build a family with him? So let's talk about it, okay? Let me know what you all think. All right. Just let me know. What do y'all think about that? Because to me, someone can't someone can trap you, but also there's other ways to not be trapped. But then there's also like, girl, did he trap you or were you just delusional about it? Because here's another clip. She thinks that they manifested this. Listen to this right here.
As long as he got you guys, as his little army, like he's gonna be straight.
I sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
I feel like you manifested Blaze. You were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like you manifested Blaze. On
Yeah,
our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly,
yeah.
but you were talking about a Blaze. So you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that
And let's pause that right there. She said he was talking about a Blaze, not Blaze. How is he talking about a Blaze, not Blaze? And just because a man says that he wants to have a baby, it's never with you. Like it doesn't, not saying never, but like it's not always with you. Like she's like, we talked about on the first date. A man is going to talk about anything that you want to talk about because he has a motive. And what is his motive? To get into your pants. So it's just like, honey, at like you're 33. I think Evelyn had her at 16, to be quite honest. I just did my research, but I'm like, you're 30 something years old. And I know she's dated a while. I know she's had an ex and stuff like that. Like to think about the first date, like talking about kids on the first date and thinking like, oh, we're gonna have kids just because the man is saying it. That's the first red flag in my mind. Because why do you're just having a conversation? Of course, you're talking about, oh, I want to have kids, I want to have kids. But this is the part that he did not say out loud. Now I'm about to show y'all. I'm trying not to get copyrighted, so
and
Because we talked about kids.
yeah, true. But just so you guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they
So
when they see a baddie.
you gamed me.
You came to me.
I'm just
Hey,
asking.
I'm just saying when
you game me. And he right there told you that it don't matter any baddie. If a woman is a baddie, they want to get them pregnant. Literally, like that is the trap. Because these women think they're so beautiful. They think that the man wants them. No, the man just wants to have a baby by you. what did 50 say? Well, don't listen to 50 y'all because I don't know if he gonna even give his kids even money, his kids' mothers even money. But it's just like he literally like he didn't say that last part out loud, which is so sad. He just said, she said, we were talking about having kids. He gonna say, if I see a baddie, I want to have her kids. She's like, oh, you gave me, you gave me. It's like she didn't think that all the way through. So she's running on like he wants to have a baby on me. He wants to have a baby on me. Mind you, this is the first date. The first date. What are we doing? Like, you don't even know this man. Like, what are we really doing? You don't even know this man to even be like, oh, okay. Like, where is he telling me the truth? Does he know me? I don't know if he knows me. Like, should I listen to what he is saying? You're just so like, oh, yeah, he wants to have a baby on me. Like that's all. And then everything is okay. So I'm like, did he trap you, or like were you in the delusional state about this? She went on Kayla Nicole's podcast, and you all can see what she says on Kayla Nicole's podcast. I'll let y'all listen to it real quick.
Biggest lesson. Oh, okay. The biggest lesson I learned from my last relationship is
Don't rush.
Mm.
Don't rush. Yeah.
In what capacity?
In every capacity.
Mm.
Sometimes you can like get so like caught up, and I've done this actually a few times. Like I'm so like with the butterflies.
Yeah. It's
like I'm so I'm so into that instead of like sometimes giving it its time. You know, like take it slow. You know, you want to look at the situation with a further out lens instead of like closer in. And then when you're so like love bombing each other, it's too close.
Yeah.
Take it slow. Like, what are we in a rush for?
Yeah. I think that's interesting too, because you said like personally, personality wise, you're a slow burn and you got to like kind of like earn your way. But once that flame is lit and that spark is there.
So she literally just basically confirms that she was moving too fast. And she's like, take it slow, take it slow. This girl found out that her baby daddy was a felon on the episode. Y'all, literally, it's hilarious. She found out on the episode that he was a felon. And she literally goes, oh, you're a felon? Because they Evelyn talks about them saying it on the TV show, Basketball Wives. Evan's like, yeah, they said that. And Shaniece was like, yeah, they said like you're a felon. He's like, I am. She's like, really? She was like, really? He was like, yeah. And she was like, how many? He was like, 2. She said, oh no, that's not that bad. He said, yes, it is. We live in a 3-strike rule, like in California. So, I mean, you was moving way too fast. You didn't know he was a felon. Did you know his children's names? Like, I'm just so confused. Did you know his children's names? Like, what research did you do? Because then later on in the episode, Evelyn's like, oh, asking about, oh, I think I have the clip, like, asking about if the game knew about Shaniece not vaccinating their son. And she was like, Shaniece started laughing. She's like, ha, I don't even know if he knew that I didn't do it. I said, okay, he's a part-time father. That's basically what you're telling me, is that he's a part-time father. Because how do you feel about it? You didn't even tell it. You didn't even know. Like, You didn't even know. I'm about to get these clips out for you because he didn't even know. So I'm like, what do y'all talk about? What is this co-parenting thing about? Hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Shout out to Kiwan. She's always on here collaborating with me. We went live last night, talked about girlfriends. So make sure you check her out, her channel, because she be out here, okay? But let's like look at this video. Like I just it's so sad. Um I can't. I can't even do it. So we're gonna watch this video real quick so y'all can see. Yes, make sure y'all like the live if you are in here. Make sure you like the live.
How do you feel about Shaw choosing? Because Shaw is younger and she's very into health and wellness.
Right.
I know you are too. You know, you could say that your knees are buckling, but you're. By the way, guys, it's 9 a.m. Like Jay wanted to do this interview super early in the morning. I said, boy, he is making us work for this fucking interview, you know? But that's something that people wouldn't know about you. Like you're an early bird, you go jog, like you're out there, you work out. So how do you feel about Shaw choosing not to vaccinate Blaze? Because I know I grew up in the era where I'm going to give him whatever the doctor says, but I appreciate it's true, right? But why are you laughing? I appreciate her
Probably doesn't even know.
Yeah.
And that's why I say he's a part-time father, because how does he not even know? And he goes and say like, I trust her motherly instincts and stuff like that. But I'm just like, so you don't talk to him about what you're doing with your kid? That kind of raised a red flag in me as well. So I was just like, okay, that's another part. So, but it's like she does so much research for the kids. Evelyn's like she's a researcher, but she didn't even know that her baby daddy was a felon. So that kind of threw me off. Let's see what. Okay, that was the wrong one. So sorry. Like that kind of definitely threw me off. So let me know what y'all think about that.
First questions to her was, did you tell your mom? Right? I was like, did you tell your mom? And she was like, well, I'm gonna just wait a little bit, you know? And so I guess she waited a little bit and then she told you. Yeah. And then I was like, did you tell your dad? And she was like, no, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But you know the thing about when she told me, I was shocked a little bit. Like literally, I was shocked. And we got into this, you know, thing like I love being a dad, right? Like I absolutely love being a dad. But I was shocked as shit. And I don't think it was the reaction that Sha wanted. So she cried a little bit. And
do y'all know why she cried? You was shocked, but you wasn't shocked about doing what you do. So she didn't. I feel like Shaniece was kind of embarrassed. No, she didn't want to tell her mom. She didn't want to tell her dad. She was waiting around to figure out what she was going to do. And your reaction is probably why she was crying, because this is not what she thought about how she wanted to present her family to the world. There's no way I would interview him at all. And girl, there's a part 2, so I am so confused. So confused. No, thank you. So let's finish this.
And it was uncomfortable for her and for me. I didn't want to make her cry. I just was like, I didn't know what to say because I hadn't had a kid in 14 years. So I was like super shocked. She had never had a kid. So of course she was super shocked. But when she found out, she kind of got to live with it a little bit. You know, like I didn't know as soon as she knew. So she lived with it a little bit, processed it. And then once it got to me, she had already like, you know, kind of lived with it a little bit. So I was super shocked. She cried a little bit. I was really thrown out to the wayside about that because I didn't want to make her feel like I wasn't excited or I wasn't going to love the situation, because I absolutely love my children. But we got around that, and
never once did he say like, oh, I love her, I wanted to be with her. He's just like, I love my children, I love being a dad. Like them are the words that you really have to listen to people about, like, oh, I love being a dad. Oh, I love being this. Oh, I love, you got to really listen to people, and you got to really watch and know their and learn their patterns. So that's why I was saying we don't know the whole story, but I don't know if they were dating for that long, because he was like, oh yeah, I'm excited to have a kid. But to him, it's a kid. It's just a kid. And he was over 40 as well. So he talks a lot about, like, him maybe not seeing Blade, not being so old, like when Blaze is 50 and stuff like that. He was talking about the changes and everything like that. And I'm like, do women not like think, like, did you not think like how old he was could affect his parenting style? And this is just in general to everybody. But I'm just like, we are not watching, and we're just like living life, just having fun, just like honey and women. Like, we need to protect our wombs, because then you're having out here people literally embarrassing you because you didn't vet, you didn't watch, you didn't take time to really pay attention. And men do lie, but it's like, what's the difference? Do we hold women accountable, or is that just men lie? If you want the marriage, then you want the kids, like, you have to kind of put yourself first. Men are always going to put their self first. You got to put yourself first. And I feel like on one hand, we can say, did he trap her? We don't know, because we don't know how long they were dating, or if they even dated at all. Or did she just want a baby? Or was she looking for the what they say, the rose colored, I don't even know, rose colored gates, or whatever the whole thing is. And so it's just like, with him speaking like this, we just have to be more intentional and more prepared on, like, what we're getting ourselves into. This is just, lessons from the den. This is just what I see, my perspective. Like this live if you're watching it. Let me know your thoughts, though, as well. If you're the replay gang, let me know your thoughts. And here's one more video about it. Let's see if I can get to the next video.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have a great.
Okay, that's the wrong one. These are. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting better at these. Let's see what this.
One of the best looking grandmas on earth.
Thanks, Jay.
No, I mean, you got to give it to yourself. You're 50 years old.
But I have a bone. I have a big bone to pick with you.
Evelyn basically said, "Why did you make me grandma at 50 years old?" Girl, what? Yeah, yes, Audrey. That is the word. Looking through rose-colored glasses or lenses. Yes, it's like she was just looking through rose, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be my man. Da-da-da. No, it's just like the track record. Like, he literally did. He was engaged to Tiffany. They never even got married. And I remember watching that show. That's why I remember, like, him and her. Like, he had 2 kids with her. I don't think they got married. He had a baby before that. I don't think they got married. It's just like, you have to know the patterns of people. You have to focus on what people are doing. You can't just live your life with these rose-colored glasses on, because then you see what happens. Like, it's just like time and after time again, women, like, they want the picket fence and the marriage, and then it's like, that's on, like, the pipeline of, like, that to being a single mother. It's just like, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And I watched the whole interview. I ain't talking about too much, but baby, the game was like, the game and Evelyn have like a closer, like, they're 4 years apart, child. Shaniece is 33 and the game is 46 now. Just think about it. Yes. 50 years old is an appropriate age to be a grandma. It's not like, and you know what? Her mom was 38, was a grandma, was 38 when Shaniece was born. I'm like, girl, you're 49. Like, you made it better than your mama. So I was like, it's just so confusing. But that's a whole nother, conversation. It made it really so confusing to me. Okay, let's get this one. Let me see if this is the right one.
One of the best.
Okay, no, that's not the right one. Let me go to the next video. So let me know what y'all thoughts are.
How do you feel about Shaw choosing?
Okay, we already did that one. Unless these are the same
We
ones.
have, I mean, obviously, we have a great co-parenting relationship, which leads me to you guys. Like, what is something that both of you have learned about each other through your co-parenting journey together?
You go first.
So, um, to be honest, she had a way that she thought things should be, or she has a way that she thinks things should be.
She thinks you should be married first, and she wanted to have kids. Sadly, honestly, Shaniece, I feel like she is still in love with the game. Maybe not now, but in this interview, it gave me that she was still in love with him.
And I'm not fighting her on that. I think that her thoughts and her outlook on, parenthood and relationship and how a woman should bring a child into the world and what that woman needs and in respect and loyalty and everything, in that pot of gumbo of like how you should treat and respect the woman that you're having a child with. I think that all her views are right. I think that I'm used to doing things my way. I'm also an alpha male. I'm also a Sagittarius. I'm also a very
50 years old. That's what you are. You're also 50 years old. And when he explains all this, like people were talking about how he talks a lot. It's like word bombing. So like when he talks, I'm like, so were y'all not in a relationship? Were y'all just messing around? I don't know because I wasn't there, but like it gives like y'all really weren't together, but y'all were kind of together. Or she just happened to be pregnant. Like she just happened to get pregnant in the course of y'all talking. So again, I'm like, did he trap her? Or was she just in her delusion? We just have to be real.
hard person to deal with sometimes because I get bullheaded. And when I put my foot down, it's kind of like it's my way or the highway, which is something I'm still working on. And
At 50 years old. This isn't about him though.
it's probably got real difficult for her in the beginning stages because she felt like, you know, why are you so
Bullheaded.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm so like calm and patient and trying to figure it out. And I don't think in the early stages that I gave her.
He says that he gave her grace, and she's like, "Thank you so much for saying that, like giving me grace and stuff like that." But I just think it's really apparent. Like we never hear him say like he does give her praises. He's like, "She's great. She's nice. She's a good human. I know my kid is going to be good because that's his mother and stuff like that." Um but it just honestly, like he starts talking about his daughter a little bit more, and he's just like, "I'll catch a case for my daughter." He like adores his daughter, and I just be thinking like the men that be just he has one daughter, the men that be adoring their daughter so much, it be like y'all don't give that same respect or that same regards for the women of your children or how you even how you even go about women that's in your life, and I just feel like that's not fair in general. But like I said, that's a whole other conversation for another day. But he does praise her. Um, and Shaniece asks us this question in the interview. She says, do you want to see all your kids with families?" Basically, she's trying to say she a family woman, but I'm like, girl, that's a question. That's the question that you ask on a first date. Like, that's something that you ask. Do you want to see your kids with family? Do you see him with his family? So he talks about how he wants this family, like he wants to be the granddad and stuff like that. But it's just like, girl, if you don't see it, you can't be just making this imaginary thing in your head about what's going on because he's literally showing you who he is. And then the game was very much shading Evelyn with all her marriages. She's like, he was like MLB, NBA, NFL. I was a week ago. That was kind of funny though. Um, but he was talking about how he's bullheaded and she's calm and she's nice. And I said, oh, that might be what it is. Like women, I'm not trying to be rude, but like women who are the preference, they're cute, they're nice, they're calm, they're chill. They like that. They like a woman that they basically run over. Like they like a woman that they could do whatever he wants. He's literally telling you he's bullheaded, he's alpha, whatever the heck that means. I don't even know what that means. And she's calm, she's peace, she's zen, she's one with the world, she's yoga. That doesn't mean that she deserves to be treated like she doesn't give all of that to you. So, and that's what I'm like, well, why did they break up? So that's why I'm like, I don't really think they were in a relationship because it's giving that like something is off. Because why get pregnant by someone who can't commit if traditional parenting is what you want? Yes, that's why I'm like, were they committed? I don't necessarily know if they were committed or not. It's just the way that I'm going about it. Yeah, he definitely ran over Shaniece. Yeah. And so she's like, that's why I'm like, I don't even know the relationship because they done broke up before the baby was even a year. And so I'm like, in my head, when it's coming out and when you're listening and stuff, like, I'm like, how did he trap you? If because you already, men sometimes do tell the truth, but they also lie too. They be like, oh yeah, I'm not looking for nothing serious. That's when you know that you need to let it go. If he's not looking for nothing serious, if he don't want to build a family. My thing is, girl, you are 33. Like, you are 33. You have not had a kid 33. You're having a man. The man's third, like the third baby mother. Like, you're not even the first. Now, if you was the first one, okay. But the third baby, it's like, what did he say to you to get you to have it? Just because he said in the beginning that he wanted to have more kids, hey, even if he said that, y'all need to protect your womb. Because she was saying how she's like, yeah, when I'm just done with exes, I'm done with exes. Yeah, but now you can't be done with him because now you have a baby with him. And I'm just like, women need to protect their wombs because time and time again, this keeps happening. I don't know how it's going to get fixed, but like, women need to protect their wombs, just hold their self accountable for things that they just let sweep under the rug. Because this just can't keep happening. Well, I mean, it can keep happening, but it's just like, how many times do we have to see this over and over again? I absolutely think he trapped her and she never wanted a kid. Oh, does she give that she never wanted a kid? Protect your womb. I don't know if she gives that she never wanted a kid. I think she did want the family and kids because when she's talking, she's like, well, yeah, like, well, what do you want for Blaze? What do you want for Blaze? Like, what do you think about Blaze? What do you think? Like, I think she did want a kid. I don't think that she expected to get pregnant that quickly and then for it to be with him. And then Evelyn was like, well, at least Evelyn was like, well, at least you got a man that takes care of his kids. I'm like, oh yikes. But she's only been married once to Ocho Cinco, but she has a kid with a baseball player or something like that. They were talking about that. So I don't know, but it's just like, mama fall from the tree, the daughter, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're here to talk about if the game trapped Evelyn, Evelyn's daughter. I don't necessarily know if the game trapped Shaniece because the way that it was said, the way that the events were talked about, I think that she had the rose-colored glasses on her face, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, he's fine." Because I'm not gonna say, JC he is fine. He's talking about people don't love themselves, or they talk about this or whatever. Child, we talking about this because this is a hot topic on TikTok that I've seen. He is fine. They all beautiful. He was hyping them all up, so I'm not even saying that. But I'm like, she probably thought he was fine. He was, he didn't have kids. He was a little older. He probably got a little bit of money. He said that she was no gold digger, okay? But it's just like, at the end of the day, you can say somebody trapped you, but did you want a kid? Because there is preventive measures that you could take to not have a kid as well. Oh, now Evelyn is trash. Now she is another word, but I don't know about that. But yeah, so that is what I think about that. But I just, my whole thumbnail is like, is male validation a pipeline to single motherhood? And it's because like some women feel like they need validation from a man, but it's like once you have that validation and you get pregnant, then he leave you. And so now you're talking about co-parenting. This baby is 1 year. You have to co-parent for the next 17 years or how many ever years of your life. And she's young. And so I don't necessarily know her life and I don't know what she wants to do, but I'm just like, I don't think he planned to fully take care of the baby. He is starting over at 40 years old. Exactly, Kiwan. She was raised by a bird. Now, yes, that I will say they said Evelyn is a bird. Shaniece a little bird. They said little bird, 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 bird. Okay, they do say they are the birds. Okay, I wasn't trying to come that route on them though. I wasn't trying to come the bird route. I was trying to come, the route of if he trapped her or not. That's a whole nother conversation. I think male-centered women should not have kids because that's just my opinion. They do everything for the gaze of a man, and they get the man, and then the man leave them, but they're always doing something for a male, and then you teach that to your children, and then look what happens. So I don't know. Because this also made me think of something. Evelyn told us in the podcast episode that he came up with the podcast name. I said, I knew that's why I didn't like it. When he started talking, it's like drop the low. I was like, guess it's drop the location. I was like, okay, that's cool. Drop the location. But I was just like, drop the low. But when I heard that, like, he came up with the name, I said, that told me all I needed to know. That told me all I needed to know. Like, they look at him like he's like, I don't want to say God, but like, I don't know if they praise him, but that could be another thing too. Like, they praise him, they have access to him and stuff like that. And so that's why I'm like, I don't really know, I don't really know if he really trapped her. That's what she said, because that's what her clip said. That's what her clip said. Okay. That's why I'm saying that. Allegedly. I'm not saying that he did that. That's what she's saying. But I just think that you know, people need to, like, women, we need to protect our wombs. I think that we need to vet a little bit more. People are having kids with people within a year. I know plenty of people, and everybody doesn't put their business on social media. Some people do, but girls are just having kids with men, and then they be single the next year. Sometimes that happens in marriages too. So I'm not even saying that, but it's just like, sometimes we need to take our time to vet. We need to take our time to see signs. We need to take you need to take the red flag serious. You need to watch patterns. Like, you have to really watch these men. You have to they be testing you. You got to test them, because there's just no way that you thought that, like, just being the third baby mama or being the fourth baby mama, like, I don't know what men be doing to y'all or saying to y'all, but to be the third and fourth and the fifth baby mama, it just be confusing to me. And then for that, his kids are older, but like, it's like, did you ever ask, like, were you a full-time caretaker? Because he said that he never challenged his kid's mother on motherly instincts. He also said, he said, I'll give you what you need, but if you're nice to me, I'll give you some more. That's also a little, like, kind of manipulative to me. But hey, that is what it is. But I'm just like, was he ever a full-time dad? Like, did you ever think about that? Did you ever see, or were you just like, oh, he's so fine? He mine. Yeah, they overemphasize his importance, because why does he have so much say so? Yes, I was like, not him coming up with a name. So y'all talked about him. That's what I said. Y'all talked about the podcast with him. So like, they're co-parenting, or their family. So I'm like, was y'all in a relationship, or was y'all not in a relationship? Like, I'm kind of confused about that. So that's what I gotta say about that. It was kind of given, but there's a part 2 to it. So we'll see what the part 2 says. But I just want to know, what do y'all think? Yeah, because even when she told her mom, Evelyn, that she was pregnant, she said, we in trouble now, because she already knew everything's gonna come back up. And then to be like, oh, what are we having? What's the baby gonna look like? I'm like, but Shaniece ended up having a boy. So that was interesting. But they're like, he's a great dad. Da, 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 da. It was given that, like, Evelyn and Jason was talking the whole episode. Like, it was like, is this your man, girl? I'm just playing. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Lessons from the Den. If y'all think men trap women. And also, what do y'all think about the male validation pipeline to single motherhood? Like, do y'all think there's a pipeline, male validation to single motherhood? Is that a pipeline? Let me know what y'all think about that. Even when she introduced him, she's like, all his career, I guess he's coming out with another album, but she was like, she's like, yeah, he started his journey over at 40, being being my baby daddy. I was like, yuck. Yuck. At the end of, like, when she said who he was or whatever, like, when she read it. Also, I don't really like how he tried to humble them. Like, oh, I don't see y'all as superstars. Evelyn is literally on TV. I don't know what she does. Shaniece is like a yoga person. I was like, he was just like over invested in the pop. But like, say you don't see them as superstars, but then say they're beautiful, they're beautiful, they're beautiful, they're beautiful, they're beautiful the whole time. I'm so confused about that. But I want to know about y'all, what y'all think. Did y'all think the game trapped Evelyn's daughter, Shaniece? Let me know in the comments if you think that he did or if he didn't. And thank you all for joining. I have been going live every day, so if you want to check out my lives, yesterday I did main character Monday with girlfriends, and that's where Key Wan was with me. Shout out to her. She has a podcast. She has a YouTube channel that she does TV reviews on. So y'all make sure y'all go check her out. Sunday we was live too. We talked about dang it, I forgot what we talked about. On Sunday, I've been going live every single day, y'all. Oh, we talked about should married women go on girl trips. So we talked about that. And then Saturday I talked about with Tokyo if Tokyo Tony was jealous of Black China. So go check out all of those lives if you have not checked them out before. You're welcome, girl. Shout out to you. This Sunday I'll be going live. First Sundays I go live to talk about a TV show and a topic. The theme is love and friendship. So I'll be going live on Sunday evening to talk about living single and romantic versus platonic relationships. My podcast comes out every Wednesday. So a podcast episode will be coming out tomorrow on here, maybe Thursday because I did this one tonight. And baby, let me just tell you. Shout out to all the new followers. Shout out to all the new people who are finding my channel. My name is Alicia. You can subscribe to the podcast on any podcast app platform that you listen to them. You also can subscribe on here. I'm coming back on YouTube a little bit more this year. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy Black Girls Den. Coming chat with us any chance you get. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Have a great rest of your night. See ya.